How in the world do you stay motivated when you're just shy of reaching your goal? I sit here today talking about this because I am in the middle of it. I am in the middle of trying to reach a goal that it just isn't happening just yet, but I'm not giving up. And I want you to go along with me and not give up. Keep going. You will eventually reach your goal, but let's talk a little bit more about it today and see if I can't help you figure out different ways to stay motivated while you're at it. Welcome to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I'm Heather Edwards, a master certified coach, and I'm here to help you build your confidence. Have you ever wished you had the confidence to ask for that raise you want or apply for that dream job? Have you ever wished you could go for a big, audacious goal, like speaking in front of other people or walking into a room of really important people without being scared to go up to someone and speak to them? Well, you're in the right place. Each week, I'm going to share tips and tricks to help you get more comfortable in your skin, build your self-esteem, and gain unshakable confidence. Don't hide in the shadows anymore. If I can do it, so can you. Grab a pad of paper and your favorite pen, and let's get to it. This is episode 77, and we're talking all about how to stay motivated when you're just shy of reaching your goal. Do you have a goal that you'd like to reach, but it just seems that you can't get there? You're just slightly shy of your goal. Let me tell you, you are not alone. I am right there with you because I have a goal that I've been trying to reach for a pretty long time now, for several months or almost 6 months, I think. It is really frustrating because I can't seem to get there. I want to talk to you about the process I'm going through and how I'm really trying to motivate myself to get there. I have gone through this several times, but I've realized that if I let my discouragement and my frustration lead me, then what happens? I just give up. What is the problem with giving up? The problem with giving up is you actually never have the opportunity to reach your goal. Even though it's frustrating to not reach your goal in the time frame you set for yourself, if you give up simply because it's not in the time frame, you are guaranteeing you never get the goal. So my suggestion to you is if you have a goal that you have that for whatever reason you're just not reaching it in the time frame that you set for yourself, move the time frame, not the goal, the time frame. And then go through the process of evaluating it. So let's do that with my goal. So my goal is to reach 100 downloads in one day. And at the time when I checked out my episodes and the statistics, my total for the day was 96 downloads, 4 shy of my goal. And what I initially felt about it and the frustration, if I had given up, I will never reach it, right? So now I have to think about it this way. What is actually going right? What is working in the process of me trying to reach the goal? What's working is I am gaining listeners and episode downloads each and every week. The week prior to the 96 downloads, I had 82, I believe. So I was 10 or 12 more episode downloads from week to week. I was going up, and some weeks it's like 3 downloads more, or some weeks it's more, but that week I had around 10 or 12. So in my mind, I'm always moving up. So if I focus on that, okay, so I'm gaining listeners, I'm gaining episode downloads per day. That is a positive. That's something to focus on. That's something to think about in the what is working realm. The next thing I really have to think about is what isn't working? Well, I'm not getting significant downloads. So how can I increase my exposure or increase the number of people that see the podcast or that see the episodes that are available? That would be something I could do. So what is your goal? What is working for your goal? What are you doing that's moving you in the right direction? And then once you have that answer, think about what isn't working. What else? What part of the process is not moving in the right direction for you? What is holding you up? Is there something that is frustrating to you? Is there something that, if you know my past episodes, what is the dirt you have? Your doubts, insecurities, resistance, and your triggers, are those holding you up? Or are you simply getting caught up in a process? Once you have that, then the last part of it is that what could you do differently that might help you along the way? And that could look so many different ways depending on what your goal is. For me, I am going to start doing transcript for my episodes, which is something that's been on my mind. So that is a big positive thing for exposure for my episodes and my podcast. I could put in more social media. I'm not very consistent with that. That is something I could do. So what could you do that would be super helpful for you? And then the other part I really want to talk about that I think is the motivational part for us here in this episode is, why are you doing what you're doing? I do what I do. I record, I write, I create content to put on the podcast each and every week because my ultimate goal is to influence other people. Mainly my focus is on women and help them live their best life. I want to help them with their doubts, insecurities, resistance, and triggers. I want them to be the best version of themselves so they can go out and do the things in the world that make an impact and a legacy for them in their world. And if I stop doing the podcast, if I just stop putting out episodes, then I make no impact anymore. Possibly I can make impact in other ways, but this is my way to give out free content, touch more people all over the world. Let me tell you, when I'm looking at my episodes that publish and who's downloading them, and they're literally all over the world, it makes my heart full and happy. So my why is my give back to society. So if I give that up, then somehow, some way, there's a part of me that isn't fulfilled because of that. So you have to decide, what is your why? What is your motivation for your goal? Is it simply money? Is it that you want to do something unique? Is it something that you have a goal weight? Do you have a goal health, like that has some kind of health attached to it? I was double diagnosed with cancer. My goal was to clean up my world. I bought water purifiers. We purchased air purifiers. We cleaned up our diet. I was taking supplements to help my body heal itself. There were all kinds of things that were part of that goal to get healthier and get past that cancer. And so each goal in your life, each thing that you do in your life is going to have different elements to it. And you just have to decide, what is your why? Why are you doing it? And what are the reasons to get there? And then make sure that you revisit those. If you don't revisit them and you don't think about what they are, you can really get caught in that dirt, the doubts, insecurities, resistance, and triggers, and it can prevent you from moving forward. The other part of it is, are you staying consistent? Are you actually trying to go for the goal, or are you just simply working at the goal a little bit? There are times with my podcast that I haven't put as much energy as I do in other times, and I have to be honest with myself. Am I really doing what I need to do to get to 100 downloads a day, or am I simply getting by? Visit your goal super often, evaluate what is working, evaluate what's not working, and figure out what you need to do differently to get there quickly or efficiently. When you are just shy of reaching a goal, it can just feel so defeating because you're just not there yet, and you can almost have the sensation that you want to give up. But I really want to encourage you, stop and look at how close you have come to reaching the goal. How did you get there? How did you get closer to your goal each time? And then what are you doing that is propelling you forward? Then ask yourself, what am I doing that isn't working? Could I change something? Or is it time to shift something slightly to help me get over the hump and finally hit the goal? You are in charge absolutely 100%. So when you think about what your goal is, think about what your thoughts are about it. I know that's kind of an interesting process to think about your thoughts. If you're spending your time in the disappointment, you're not going to feel motivated. Disappointment and motivated are not really congruent. Make sure you get yourself to a place where you can find the positive aspects of it. And the other thing I want to say to help you get motivated is, if you can spend a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes a day, sitting and feeling the feeling that you believe that you're going to feel when you reach the goal. What is that going to feel like? If it's a goal weight, if it's your health and you're going to be cancer free, or is it your podcast and you're going to have 100 downloads in one day? What is it going to feel like when you actually hit the goal? And when you feel that feeling, you're going to be more motivated to get to that feeling. 90% of what we're trying to do in life is going after the feeling that we believe that we're going to feel. When you get married, you believe you're going to feel loved and cared for and have a happy life. That's why you go to the altar and get married, because you believe you're going to have a feeling. So get to the feeling that you think you're going to feel once you reach the goal, and you will have motivation there as well. There are times when we get into action that we just simply pursue the goal and we forget to look up while we're pursuing the goal. So pursue the goal, but make sure that you look at the GPS as you're going too. Is your map still moving in that right direction, or did you get off base somehow? Sometimes we can just get off track and we're not focused anymore. We're simply just going through actions. Maybe you need an adjustment to move forward. The key to reaching goals is, especially the ones that you're just shy of reaching, is to not give up. Celebrate where you are, evaluate, readjust, recalibrate, take a really deep breath, and keep going for it, even if it requires you to go for it again and again until you reach the goal. If you have a goal that you're just shy of reaching, it's okay. You can get there. Just keep doing it. What are you doing right? What are you doing that isn't working? What could you do differently to help you attain different results? Is there someone else that can help you? Maybe give you tips, someone who's already done it? Or do you just need to celebrate where you are right now and keep moving forward? All of those options are potential for you, and that's okay. No matter what, you can get to it and have success getting to the goal. So I'm going to keep recalibrating. I'm going to keep moving my goal. And hopefully in the next week or so, I can tell you that I actually finally reached my goal that I'm just shy of reaching. But I hope that you get to your goal too. If you're just shy of reaching a goal, don't give up. Keep going. I'd love to hear your goal. I would love to hear the progress you're making. Go find me on Instagram at HC Edwards Coaching and drop me a note. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what you've done to adjust to get to your goal. I am still working on the confidence class. I haven't given up on it, so don't give up on me. I'm just still working on it. Before you leave, don't forget to drop a rating or review for the show, or better yet, just share it with 3 of your friends that you think would benefit from gaining more confidence. Thank you so much for checking out the show. We come here every single Tuesday sharing tips and tricks for the best confidence that you can muster up. And I have freebies for you at thecrazyconfidencecoach.com. If you'd like to, you can sign up there and they will go directly to your email. And you will also get my lovely newsletter that I put out each month, all about confidence tips and tricks. Have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday. I love you big.